Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Wildcard Ma in the building. And of course, I got the Detroit Mail in the building. He's back, y'all.
What up, though? What up, though?
We are here, I.O.W Sports Show, episode 213. And it's a pleasure to be back.
Right.
As always, y'all know the deal. Go on over to all our social media platforms that are right there underneath on the bottom of your screen. You can follow us on I.O.W Sports Network is the address on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube, where all our content is stored. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, spread the word, hit them subscription buttons, and let everybody know what we got going on over here at I.O.W Sports. And of course, catch us on the Twitter, I.O.W Sports 1. And man, good to see you, bro.
Good to be seen, nigga. Good to be seen.
How's everything this week, my man?
Same old, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make $1.15.
Boy, now it's starting to get hard. Now we trying to make $1 out of 13 cents. The boy,
you know what I'm saying?
A motherfucker.
Red high as hell.
Shit. Hey, it's over here making me make life decisions what I to do with my money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my vegan bologna is high.
Shit, I'm about to go to Scrapple. Everything else keep getting high. Shit. But no, man, always a pleasure to see you, big homie. You know, MJ's in the building.
What up, man?
What's happening with you, MJ? Our official third annual I.O.W Sports Football Pick'em League champ.
Right.
The belt's on the way.
A dime and a nickel, right?
Yeah, the money's on the way. So you know, always a pleasure to chop it up with our winner, our big dog winner. He's been feeling real braggadocious, real good about the fact that he got the dub.
Right.
What's up, Cuzzo? Shout out to my cousin Keith Spring Meeks. He's a Ravens fan. He says playoffs don't matter now. Lamar ain't playing. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. For sure. But like we said, y'all know where to find us. Y'all know where to find
on my
us.
steps.
Oh, belt is on your steps already.
Oh, dang, that's quick.
Damn, that was a quick delivery. Damn. Anyway, trophy smack ain't playing. They said get these fantasy people shit out of here. We tired of making all these belts and shit. But no, a lot of stuff to talk about in the world of sports. Obviously, Monday we had the college football playoffs.
Right.
The national championship game didn't go as pretty sure that TCU expected. Not at all. UGA dominated the Bulldogs, dominated, and hey, they took care of business. I think the final score was 65-7. Not a sight you want to see for TCU, but it was an interesting
dog walk, a drubbing.
Oh boy, it was a dog walk. It was a beatdown. But I got a clip from David Pollack, and it, obviously it's a snippet. He didn't put everything in the context of what he said, but it was funny because he had Nick Saban on the set with him, and he said a couple of things like this.
Obviously, you've seen in the past couple of seasons now, really, they've taken hold of college football. They did an unbelievable job. This is a young football team. This isn't an old football team with a bunch of guys lose. Now, listen, the NFL can take its chunk out of it.
He's like, oh shit. Oh shit. So I mean, I think that's a funny clip just because Nick Saban is literally on the desk,
right,
listening to David Pollack, who is a former Georgia player, a former Bulldog, talk so positively and glowing of UGA, and you got the head coach of Alabama sitting right there next to you. I mean, probably looking like, I guess you forgot about who I am and what I've done, but okay. But no,
we did it in the last 2 years, and we worry about it.
So give me kind of your thoughts on. Obviously, we know UGA dominated TCU, won the national championship back to back. I'm not focused on that. I'm more want to get your thoughts and opinion on how do you see the landscape of college football with UGA kind of being, because I don't think David was totally off base. I mean, you look at the last couple of years. I mean, Georgia's pretty much the team to beat. I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. I think that like you always say, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Mm-hmm.
So until somebody take them down, they the best. They still got most of their nucleus there, young team. And a few people even, what's name? They do too well against Ohio State. What's the cornerback name? I can't think of his name right now.
I know it's escaping me too, but I know the cornerback when he's normally been good, but he got torched against Ohio
so
State.
now that might make his draft stock go down. But besides that, man, Georgia look good, man. And here's the thing, though, fuck Ohio State for us even giving this compliment. Ohio State got the second most 5-star recruits, so for them to hang with Georgia it's not like it
Tyrus,
was like
what's up, man?
What's going on, man? It was like it was a horrible team that hung with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys still give Ohio State their props.
Yeah.
So you gotta give them their props, man. CJ Stroud. You know what I'm saying? He balled out. So you got at least the most 5-star recruits on their team. So it ain't like they got we're playing scrub. So I gotta give them that. Stanton, Duggan, Stroud, all them quarterbacks except for Stanton, I think I'm going to read Matt's comment. That's why I'm saying that. I don't know about Stanton. I think Stanton is I think he's a good college quarterback, but I don't think he's a next level quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it. But but as far as like Georgia concerned, man, Georgia's a good team, man. Well constructed, well coached. The last couple of years had great defense. So I mean, I think that coming into next year, they're gonna be the team to beat. Alabama's gonna still be Alabama, but I think even the way college and the landscape is shaping out, in another 2 or 3 years, it's all gonna start evening out a little more because of that transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? You can get good quick, and then it all depends on what's Deion gonna do over there in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what I'm interested in seeing next year. What he does in Colorado, as far as players he pull over there, and how well. If he does pretty good, he ain't got to do real good. He just does pretty decent.
Give me your win-loss total on what exactly is a good season for Deion in Colorado, because they went, I think, only got 2 wins last year.
One. Well, they got 1 last year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they got 1 last year. So okay. I think because of Deion, he got to win at least 10 games. 10 games and win a bowl game. I think if he does that, that's enough to bring more recruits into where he's at. Because right now, people coming because of the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and because of what he did in Jackson State. But now he has to prove that he can do it over here, which is supposed to be quote unquote, and I'm saying, putting in quotation, the big leagues.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But people consider to be the big leagues. People ain't considering HBCUs to be the big leagues. And that's a whole other discussion. But I'm just saying what the perception is.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't perceive that to be the big league. So you come over here, you have to produce what you did over here. If he can do that, then I think it's going to be a real shakeup in college football, and adding in the transfer portal, adding all those other things with the NIL, all those pieces going to be a shakeup. I don't think it's going to be like it used to be.
I hear you. Because TK, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
Because I think obviously bowl eligibility for Colorado is a victory for Deion. So I agree with you right there.
Oh yeah, and I forgot about that too. Yeah.
Here's my thing on obviously we're kind of talking in mass of the whole NCAA football landscape as a whole. Look, Georgia's still going to be the team to beat. coming, obviously being back-to-back champions.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll bypass that because I think we're all understood on what who's at the top of the totem pole coming into next year football wise. Right. We get that. Obviously SEC is going to be the again conference to beat because now you look at a possible four teams, maybe 5 that you look at the SEC that's going to have a legit chance. Obviously they're going to beat up on each other playing in conference, trying to get to the conference championship game. So Georgia's going to beat it.
5. You got Georgia, you got Alabama.
Yeah, Georgia, Alabama.
Tennessee gonna lose Hooker.
Yeah, but I saw what I saw.
Florida gonna lose AR to 15.
So what I'm saying is, Bama, Georgia are for sure.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Brian Kelly, and I hate to say it, Brian Kelly with LSU because he does recruit well.
Okay.
And you give him the backings of an SEC team. Look, they had 4 losses this year, and they was just on the outside looking in. LSU, I hate to say it because I'm not a big Brian Kelly fan, but because it's LSU, they're going to be in that conversation as well with Georgia and Alabama. I don't think they're on the same level.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're on the same level, but I think they'll be in the conversation.
Okay.
I like what Tennessee did. I know they're going to lose Malik Hooker, but I can't remember their backup name who played in that bowl game this year, and he did very well. Got an arm on him. His name slips my mind. So I'm not going to automatically throw Tennessee out just because you're losing Malik Hooker. And you saw what they did. I mean, it's pretty much it was only Georgia that pretty much dominated them this year. Then I'm gonna either go either. Reason why I said 5 is because I'm kind of looking at Kentucky a little bit because they was hanging in there for a little bit.
Levis too, though.
Yeah, they might lose him. If they can get some. So I'm kind of putting Kentucky and Florida on that same level that could possibly be that 15. Of the SEC. So we in agreement right there. That possible 5 teams in the SEC that
go see the usual suspects.
Yeah, the usual suspects.
I'm not worried about Texas and Oklahoma.
No, I'm not ready.
Not yet. I mean, I think once they get in, they might start getting better, but they haven't been that good where they came from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not really worried about them as of yet. The same thing with UCLA and USC going to the Big Ten. I ain't worried about them as of yet. It helps the brand, but I won't worry about them in the Big Ten as of yet. Yeah, I have to wait and see what they're gonna do. But he said by the time we get to 12-team playoffs, we'll see 6 in there. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, TK, because here's one thing that I think a lot of people are not paying attention to when you're talking about the expansion of this playoff. They're saying it's going to make it equal balance, and I don't think it is, because at the end of the day, the usual teams, the usual suspects that are in the conversation, they're going to take up those spots. I mean, you're talking about obviously you're going to talk about the teams that come out the SEC. So so we're going to say 5. So there's 5 spots.
We'll get to that comment in a minute too. Go ahead.
Here's 6. Michigan, Ohio State, 7. Okay. So after that, you're talking about a 12-team playoff. You got 5 slots left for any and everybody that plays Division I football. Because you're going to have your usual suspects. You're going to have your Michigan. You're going to have your Ohio State out the Big Ten. You're going to have your 5 teams out the SEC. Maybe Clemson that comes out the ACC. So there's 8 teams. There might be another team out the ACC that might get it. There's 9. What other teams do you see? Big 12. You might get a TCU again. There's 10. USC from the Pac-12. There's 11. Might get a Utah or Oregon. That's 12. So my thing is like a lot of people think that having this expansion is going to give these, quote unquote sleeper teams or these not your usual suspect teams are more of a chance to win a national championship. And I'm like, well, what? All right. So for instance,
they had one loss.
Okay, Notre Dame. Okay, but let's look at what TCU did. Okay. To me, it was an upset over Michigan. If you look at it paper, I think Michigan's the better team 9 times out of 10. So that was an upset.
Right.
Okay, so now you ask TCU to not only upset Michigan, you ask him to upset Georgia.
Georgia, right.
So if you put them in a 12-team playoff, you asking them to upset teams like Georgia, Michigan, or Alabama, or Ohio State.
2 off Alabama that made in there.
You're asking teams like TCU to pull an upset week in and week out at least 3-4 times in a playoff.
Right.
How realistic is that?
I think here's what I say. First and foremost, you have to deal with the other conferences being able to recruit better and get players in there. That's first and foremost. Now, once that does happen, or if that happens, I think increasing the amount of teams in it doesn't help set the balance. What they need to do is give a few conferences automatic bids based on, say, just as an example, it don't have to be with, say, Big 12, the Big 12 undefeated team, if they win their conference championship, they get an automatic bid. So you are going to get a Big 12 in there. ACC, main conferences like that. You do a few teams of that nature, so you're going to get that balance in there. So then you're not worried about having 4 or 5 SEC teams and 2 Big 10 teams taking up every year. You're not worried about that happening because you're going to get those automatic qualifiers in there.
Yeah,
I think that kind of helps sets the balance because you're just adding teams in there because the way colleges play, it's always been a lopsided. When the SEC was down and the Big 10 was up, it was always Big 10. The SEC came up, now it's all about SEC. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna keep getting that lopsided thing all the time until you find somewhere to get that balance. So I think automatic qualifiers, whoever in the first place, should get it. So I can get that kind of evenness in there, so to speak. I think that's a better way. And then if Notre Dame become, I hate Notre Dame too, but Notre Dame's undefeated in a given season, they gonna get automatic being
because they got to be an independent,
independent. So that way you get a balance in there, and then that way you have more of a chance. You don't have, so for instance, say TCU, they wouldn't have to place a quote unquote Michigan and then a Georgia. They can play somebody a little more, for lack of better words, even with them. Yeah, and then possibly only have to do one upset. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing.
Because I'm like TK. I'm interested to see how they're going to do it because I think here's my thing. If you got 12 spots, I think so. It is pretty much a Power 5, right? Go Irish! Don't celebrate us. So you're talking about Power 5 conference, right. SEC, Big 10, Pac-12, ACC.
You said the Big 12?
Big 12. Big 12, Pac-12, ACC, Big 10, SEC. All right. Power 5. All right. So there's a conference championship in all those leagues, right?
Except for one. One of them don't have one, right? Is there one that don't have one? Am I forgetting? Am I missing something?
No, Big 12 had one. Big 10 has one. So does
you may be right. I may be.
So there's, they all got a conference championship.
Right.
So there's 10 teams, right?
Right.
So my thing is you should give an automatic qualifier to your conference winners, so that's 5. And my thing is find out how you're going to get those other 5.
Right.
You can either do the runner-up of the conference championship, but sometimes that's not the general case because sometimes the person that plays in the conference championship might have a better record conference-wise than another team. Like SEC, Bama was obviously the better. What's up, Ryan? Obviously, Bama was the better team in the SEC that didn't make the conference championship game.
Right.
So my thing is
so they should be the next one in. So Georgia played. Who they play? I forget who they played in the conference championship.
Shit.
Hey, it wasn't Bama.
It was LSU. All
right. So Georgia played LSU, right?
Yeah.
So LSU lose. They automatically don't get it. You give it to Bama. Bama gets in based on because they're the next best team.
Next best team in that conference.
Yeah. I don't think you should award the team that loses. Put it that way. So,
I don't think you should award them automatically.
right.
Because my thing is there's no way I can say that LSU, even though head to head they did beat Bama, but I don't know if you can say that LSU should automatically be in there because they had 4 losses compared to Bama's 2.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying you don't automatically put in the conference championship loser into that playoff.
Right.
At that point, you should go off of the ranking system, AP poll, whatever.
Whatever, something.
But top 5 for sure. Go to your conference championship winner.
Right.
And then that leaves 7 at-large bids. And then whatever method they want to come up with is cool. I'm in agreement with it, but just let's not sit here and act like expanding the 12 teams is going to make it close that gap between a TCU and Alabama.
Right.
It's not going to close that gap. It's just going to show. It's just really just going to show how different they are in recruiting dollars. Everything that you couldn't put all in one big gift, as in to explain. Because I saw your comment, Matt, talking about Texas A&M in the.
Yeah, I get a chance to get to that one. Yeah.
But here's my thing. It does help with Texas A&M. You know why it helps with Texas A&M? It gives Jimbo Fisher a chance to recruit some of the people that they're not going to be able to take at Alabama and Georgia. It gives him a chance to recruit those guys. It's going to give him a top 10 recruiting class. But it doesn't mean that he's going to be on the same level as Alabama and Georgia. He may sneak a win out of Alabama every now and then. He may sneak a win. He may sneak a win over at Georgia. But look at the program as a whole. Texas A&M is still nowhere close on the same level as Alabama and Georgia. So being in the SEC does garner you certain advantages, but at the end of the day, you still got to be the coach that takes all the advantages and use them and apply them to actually build your program to put yourself on the same level as an Alabama and Georgia. Right now, I can't put Texas A&M on the same level as Alabama and Georgia. Do I think Jimbo Fisher's a good coach? Yeah. Good recruiter? Hell yeah, he's damn sure a good recruiter. But all that noise about him being mad at Saban all year, guess what happened when they went head to head?
Saban got the best of them.
Saban pulled that ass up. So, I mean, it's at the end of the day, what are you going to do when your team matches up with the best of the best?
Comes down to recruiting, man.
Yeah.
You're going to have to.
Recruiting and coaching. Recruiting and coaching.
That's what it comes down to. You need the players.
Mm-hmm. Yo, did you freeze on me? Oh, you froze on me, Mel.
Oh.
You froze
Am
on
me. Unfroze?
Yeah, you froze. Yeah, you good now. I was like, all right, go ahead. You were saying what?
Yeah, I can barely. No, I was saying that it comes down. Comes out of recruiting. You got to recruit them, get them in there. Then you got to pay the coaching.
Yep. So
you need that twofold thing. I think recruiting is most of it what it is, man. Because I don't think the gap between Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher, as far as the ability to coach, is that great.
Big? No, I don't think it's that big.
I just think it's just that they got better players.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say, fuck you, Ant.
Yeah, I see we're starting already, huh? I see we're starting already. No,
yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute, Ryan. Yeah, I just think that's what it boils down to, man. Because Alabama got some studs on there, man. Georgia got some studs on there, right?
Everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? I think if you take those same studs and give it to Jimbo, I think Jimbo can win.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I just think so. Same, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I don't think like the difference between Kirby Smart and Nick Saban is that great. Give them the same people. Matt said send them the link.
I got you, Matt. Go ahead, get in your room and get set up, man. Go ahead and get set up.
We ain't talking baseball.
Yeah, I know, right?
We jump in. We talking baseball.
Yeah, you only supposed to be on the show when we talking baseball, man. What's up?
Yeah, that's a good point, though, man. I give you that too. You know, it's about how they fit in the scheme too. But you draft, of course. I mean, you not draft, but you recruit based on your scheme too. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because here's the thing between college and pros. So with pros, I think you definitely draft to what fits your scheme more than what you would than just drafting an athlete. More times than not, you would.
Okay.
Now in college, sometimes you just like, bro, that dude's a fucking athlete, bro. I need him on my squad. I'll find a way to just make it work.
I agree with you on that. I'm just saying that I think that scheme doesn't play a part of it because otherwise you a smash mouth type team. You look for a certain type of running back, certain type of lineman to be there, compared to if you're more of a passing team or speed, finesse, that type of thing. Now, athleticism is a lot better, in college than it does in pros. You got a lot of athletes that go to the NFL and get on certain teams,
and they can't do nothing.
Because of the way they run, the system that they run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Like Matt Jones to New England, great scheme. Yeah, it was. I don't know what the fuck happened this shit. I don't know. I mean, that shit was straight. Yeah, that was straight booty juice. I don't know. Well, I can't even put it all on Mac Jones. That was just
the play call.
That was just terrible coaching. That was Matt Patricia, Joe Judge, and really Belichick just not giving a damn. I don't know what that was. Right? Because I've never seen a Belichick team look so lost on one side of the ball. Right. But look, that's another conversation. But I mean, it does play into what we're talking about right here. And you look at the overall grand scheme of what you do.
It's the first year.
Yeah, first year of many bad years. First year of many bad years if it continues like this.
Right.
So, but no, I mean, because like just for me, and I'm looking at Georgia, and I'm like, yeah, you're still going to have to deal with Alabama. I mean, you can never, and as much as I don't care for Dabo Swinney, because he got a little smart mouth sometimes. Clemson, they're obviously going to be the cream of the crop in the ACC just by default until other teams in that conference can find a way to start recruiting better.
Right.
The only thing I'm weary about Clemson is, obviously without Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun Watson, I don't even know what kind of offense they're doing in Clemson. It's just not even, it doesn't even resemble anything what Clemson did when they were beating Bama a few years ago. So I don't know what to really make of Dabo Swinney and ACC. You ready, Matt? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know when you're ready. Give me a thumbs up.
You ready?
All right, he ready. Oh, man! Woo!
All right, gentlemen. There you go,
man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is
here. Got the LT jersey on.
He got the official I.O.W. Sports Football Pick'em League championship belt. Hey, man,
when I tell you this shit is official, this shit ain't no joke.
Yeah, that's nice. That is nice.
That's official, bro.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Wow. That thing official. I think it got your name on there too.
It does. It's got first name here, last name on this side.
Oh, yeah, that's nice, bro. I like that.
Oh, that thing. Hey, there y'all go. Hey, this is why y'all need to be part of the I.O.W. Sports Football Pick'em League. You get a chance to win that. And it's some cash. The cash is on the way. No, don't worry about that.
No worries.
Hey, I think you're more excited about getting the belt than anything.
Yo, for real, man. Because this ain't going nowhere. Money comes and goes, but
that's forever.
This is fucking legit, bro. It's like 6 pounds. It said 6 pounds on the box. Leather. This shit is heavy.
It looked like it.
Oh, this shit. It ain't no joke, man. It's not no paperweight.
Yeah. Hey. Tell them, Matt. Tell them this is why you joined the Pick'em League. This is why you got to get in I.O.W. Pick'em League. Let's say summertime, a little before spring training. You start paying attention, get in the league, pay your money. You could get one of these. Yeah.
But get ready because you're gonna make another one next year for me.
Woo! Champ already talking his shit. Damn, Champ already talking his shit, man. And he rocking that LT.
I like an LT. That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ann said standing up might be taller than you.
You know what? I'm holding it to my feet and it comes up almost to my chin.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm 5'8" and this belt is probably like 4 feet long.
Damn.
3.5, 4 feet. Hell yeah, this shit is long.
Nah, that thing's official.
Yeah,
Hey, whenever you get time, man, take pictures and send it over to me so I make sure we put it on the page and everything.
Oh yeah, we'll do, man. Like I said, when I was walking out to get my little man, the box is on the step, and I looked on the on the label, and I saw a trophy snack. I was like, oh shit, it's gotta be the belt.
Gotta be it. No, man, what? Give me your takes on the landscape of NCAA football, Georgia, where they stand on the summit of this whole mountain, man. Give me your take on college football landscape going into next year.
Right now, I say Georgia has a stranglehold on college football. Whether Nick Saban and other coaches maybe they don't want to admit it, but Kirby Smart, he has Georgia poised to be a dominant force, not just these past few years, but going forward. The way he recruits, the way the transfer portal hits, he's making a killing over there in Georgia. Now everybody else, I think they're trying to level the landscape with the NIL deals and also with the transfer portal. But these big schools, they're still going to be able to. They're going to be able to recruit the top-notch players and get the top-notch players from transfer portals. So, for the likes of, let's say, well, I can't say Alabama because they're always in there, but let's say like likes of TCU and Ohio State, Michigan's, yeah, they're going to be good every year, but are they going to be SEC, Alabama, Georgia good?
Right.
That's a whole nother topic because I just don't. I don't see it happening. Them two teams. I mean, Clemson had a little run. I think they got a little bit lucky too with the recruits, but I don't think
you can tell the difference between Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence, Clemson, and whoever else been quarterback.
Right?
You can see the difference.
Absolutely, you could. So I mean, to knock Georgia off their pedestal, it's going to take. It's going to take a Nick Saban recruiting class and some to do this.
How you think the Deion effect going to affect next year college and beyond?
You hope it has the same effect that he just had at Jackson State. He's a big name. Right. Obviously, going to a Power 5 school. Granted, it's a lower one with Colorado, right. But if he could get his guys in there, I mean, I don't see it happening in year one. I mean, but stranger things have happened. But I say you give him 2 years, maybe into the third year, and Colorado, I think, will be a Pac-12 powerhouse. Now, will they be on the level with the bigger teams? I don't know. I don't know if Deion has that power.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, man. Because you're looking at, like, when we first start talking about going there, you just seeing all these people hitting the transfer portal trying to get there. I'm wondering if some of them, are like waiting to see, okay, let me see what he do this year, and then wait that following year and say, okay, I'm going over there. Some of the five-star ones. You might get a couple 4 here, maybe a few 5, but not all of them. To kind of wait to see what he's going to do. I'm wondering if that's going to happen, and then what does it take for them to say, I'm about to go over there? Does he have to? I say 10 games. If I'm a player,
in year one though, that's a big jump from a one win program.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Who they play though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not out of the question, but I would say more 7, 8 wins would be more realistic.
Okay, let me say it like this: you a player, what are you looking for if you're gonna sit and wait to the following year? What are you looking for out of Colorado and Deion before you say I'm going over there?
Promise.
Okay.
If you got that chance to watch them in year one, see, break it down, see exactly what they're doing, see if that fits your mold and your scheme, if that's what you like to do. Like how certain guys play into certain systems and they look better in that system.
Right.
So if you're thinking about it, obviously, I would definitely keep a close eye on it. But I wouldn't just jump just to jump to go play for Dion. Because some guys it might not fit their way of playing. Right.
Well, I mean,
you got to think too. He's now with the Power 5. His recruiting I think is going to be a lot harder. Not that it wasn't hard in Jackson State, but I think he was able to recruit a certain base that in that school, as opposed to Colorado.
Right. I agree with that. And plus, you're looking at with Dion, and there's no knock to nobody, but with Dion at Jackson State, compared to the rest of school, he was looked at as the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Being in the SWAC,
being in the SWAC versus you got thousands of schools now that you got to be compared to, and most of them in the SEC. So it's a little harder. It's a little harder than you in the SWAC than coming over here, and you got more competition that's doing what you're doing and better.
One thing I don't want to see is, let's say Colorado, let's say they have a great season this year, and somehow make the college football playoffs. I don't want to see them go in there and they get steamrolled like TCU just did. Right. There's got to be a certain balance of power, and you can't just stick schools in there just to put them in there.
Yeah. Right. But that's the problem though, man, with college though, because what do you do?
Well, just to kind of rock on the conversation. Because I don't want nobody to think that TCU didn't deserve to be in there. I think they deserve to be in the college football playoff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
they beat the opponent that was in front of them, so they deserve to be there.
They did. To me, they did exactly what you needed to do to be in there. To me, it'd have been unfair to punish them for losing in the conference championship game as their first loss and putting a 2-loss Bama in there that didn't even make it to the conference championship. And I get it. Correct. Bama brings in money. They bring in the viewership. They bring in the folks that's going to travel to go to the bowl game. I get all that. I get the financial aspects of putting Bama in a national championship opportunity. I get that.
Right. But you can't be biased and just put Bama in just because they're Bama.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. So that's why I was fine with putting TCU in the playoff, because I felt they, resume wise, they deserved it. Yeah. They played a great game against Michigan. They came out with the W. But I can't. At the end of the day, I'm not going to say, "Oh, TCU didn't deserve there," because they got the shit smacked out of them by Georgia. What team in the world probably wouldn't have got their head split by Georgia? It'd have been only a short amount of teams that would have made it a game. The list is short. That would have made that a game.
I think Ohio State would have made it if other way around. They would have got beat. Might have been a great of a gap. They still would have got beat. I think Michigan would have made in. They would have got beat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It might have been a blowout, but they would have got beat.
Look, I think they would have dog walked Michigan.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, Georgia?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think Georgia would have dog walked anybody. Like the close game they had with Ohio State was as close as competition as you were going to get with Georgia.
Right.
Yep.
They got past it. So therefore, just because it was TCU, we're not going to say, and that's why you don't put the smallest. No. You put the teams in there that deserve to be in there. It just so happened that Georgia smacked the dog shit out of them, which guess what? 80%, 90% of the time, no matter who, if it was TCU, if it was Michigan, if it was well, I can't say Ohio State because they played them close, but if it was
any SEC school. Any SEC school.
If it was LSU, if it was Florida, they would have dog walked them. If it was Kentucky, if it was Missouri, if it was Texas A&M, line up a whole list of teams that would have been in that national championship game in TCU's place. The result would have been more likely the same.
They put a smackdown on anybody.
Yeah,
That's just how good Georgia was.
That's how good Georgia is.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, you gotta, and I think a lot of people who, especially these talking heads, you gotta understand the landscape of college football. There's going to be big dogs and there's going to be small dogs, no matter how you play it out. And more times than not, the big dogs will always show their strength and might because they got the better recruiting players, they got the better money, they got the better circumstances that's going to put them at a level that only a few can get at. And that's just what it is. But
better facilities,
better
coaching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just looking at Colorado's 1-11 last year.
Right.
To me, a successful year for Deion in Colorado, 7, 6, 7, 8 wins. Yep. When you go from 1-11 to 6, 7, 8 wins, to me, you're building winning coach.
That's why I said 7 or 8 wins, because 10. Yeah. I mean, 10. Granted, maybe he could. You never know, but 10 is I think that's just Mel drinking the fucking Detroit Lion juice again. Man, on the juice, off the juice, on the juice.
That's what I say though, man. I say it like this: he probably over there got what 3, maybe 4 hard games. And I'm looking at the recruits that he's supposed to come in there. So if you can pull off 1 or 2 of those hard games, and I won't say easy games because anybody can be anybody given time. Unless you're playing backyard state or somebody, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you playing like those schools that you know you can beat, especially with recruits that's coming in. Mm-hmm. I don't think 10 is that hard to say because the way college schedules are put together.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, because he's Colorado is those easy teams that you own an Alabama schedule. You own the Georgia schedule.
Hey, you see Colorado on your schedule? Oh man, I'm taking the week off, dog. That's
you
a
dog.
dog.
Louisiana Monroe, But as he gets bigger, he'll be able to play those lower teams and get those into his schedule.
Yeah, he'll be doing the schedule making probably in a couple of years if he's still there, and say, hey, let's get my top recruits. Let's get them gelling by giving them not so much resistance early in the season.
Right.
That's what you do. Nick Saban does it. Kirby Smart does it.
All of them
Dabo Swinney do it. Every coach does it.
Get them rolling.
When you make sure that you get your team's momentum going. I mean, don't get me wrong. You'll see Bama, you'll see Georgia play like a ranked opponent or like first game of the week. But guess what? It's from a lower tier conference.
Right. Morgan State.
Well, no.
Right.
No, you see it every year.
Bowie State.
Yeah.
You'll see Georgia take on like an Oregon, which let's be honest, Oregon in the Pac-12 is they're the Georgia of the Pac-12. But they're not Georgia. When they go against Georgia, they look like Oregon. You know what I'm saying? They're Oregon when they go against Georgia, but when they in the Pac-12, they the Georgia of the Pac-12. But look, you see it all the time. You might see an Alabama play like a rank, like Louisville or something like that from an ACC. SEC is way better than ACC. We know how the outcome of that game is about to end up. No matter if that ACC team is ranked, we know how it's about to end up. So you might see them do that, but to me, that they're doing that because they know that down the line, even if I take a loss here, that the team that I beat in week 1 is now looking a lot better because they are dominating their conference now. And so that helps my resume out by looking at my strength of schedule. It's always about the strength of schedule. And so and that's when it literally comes down to why you, and I know people hate it, like why we always got to have SEC teams in these playoffs. Well, why don't y'all look at what the SEC's doing?
Because they that good.
You gotta beat them.
If the SEC wasn't so good, then why the hell would historic schools like Oklahoma and Texas literally are paying money to get out of Big 12 to go join?
Ding, 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 ding.
Why? Right. There's a reason for that. Because there's these ADs, these athletic directors, and these presidents of these universities see the money getting made. They're seeing the money getting made because now it's not just Alabama and Nick Saban. Now it's Alabama, Nick Saban, and Kirby Smart in Georgia. And then maybe a few years down the line, maybe Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M finally joins them. And then maybe down the line, Brian Kelly and LSU is part of that trio too. Get the coaches, get the recruits, the money, and success will follow.
Oh yeah. I mean, college, man. Go ahead, man.
And that's what I was say about Colorado. With a one win, their roster can't be too good, right?
So for him, duty juice.
You know what I mean? So for him to come in 1 year, overhaul that whole roster of 90 kids,
which he already did,
coming out, but to come out with 10 wins, nah.
I mean,
Mel.
Look. Hey, I'm with you, Matt. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but I'm also with where Mel is at, where I can see that it can also be possible, though.
Well, I guess my thing too,
anything's possible.
Anything's possible. But my thing too is I'm looking at the hype of people saying they going there, and the type of players he actually getting. That's where I see the potential. That's why I see the potential at.
No, that's why I see you at, Mel. Because
I seen the press conference. Right. He's like, "Hey, if you don't like it, hit the transfer portal." So he already antagonizing these kids. So what's gonna happen if you really think you got it to play? You gonna stay. If you kind of on that fence, you gonna look at that as, I better get up out of here.
What a quarterback left because he knew his job was.
Oh yeah, he knew that. He knew he was breaking quarterback. So you already knew he left. But if I'm the number 2 receiver on Colorado, right?
I'm staying.
Well, here's the thing: you got a choice to make because you don't know. If you number 1 is different. You number 2 now, and people coming, and he bringing people. Now you got a decision to make: do I want to stay, or do I want to go? Because I know I ain't gonna be number 1. I already got a number 1 receiver, and he competing against whoever Deion bringing.
Hey man,
plus whoever might come.
But that's why I think it was so.
If you're number 3 and 4, you damn sure you better hit the portable. Huh? What you say?
And I think that's what's so different about college football now. My thing is like me personally, I'm gonna go compete, bro.
Oh yeah, that's how I am.
I'm gonna go compete.
Like, go play with the best of the best.
Yeah, if you win, you win. But I'm gonna put up a fight.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I'm saying? They be like, all right, you ain't make it, I bet. At least I know I tried.
Yeah,
and that's it. I ain't gonna let you run me off.
Oh no, without a doubt. And look, I'm gonna put up a fight. God damn it! If you honestly feel that these guys are the better options, then so be it.
Right.
Then I'll cut my losses, and then I'll start making business decisions rather than jumping the portal or not. But I'm gonna make sure that you got the best of the best, because if not, then yeah, I can see. But like to me, that's what I think what makes it so different from college ball now with the transfer portal, and I think that the NCAA needs to find a way to hone it in, regulate it, because I heard something this week that the coaches want to move the transfer portal and signing day up in December up. Like early December, late November, which is weird because
the season's still going on.
Well, not only that, the season is still going on, but most universities, if you're out of contention, your season's done. So you start seeing You start seeing coaches getting fired. You start seeing programs getting changed.
Right.
So now, in the mix of coaches getting fired and programs getting changed, you want to add recruiting, and you want to add transfer portals in the middle of that mix.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying, where the NCAA needs to start taking certain situations like the NIL, the transfer portal, come up with the rules and regulations of boundaries for both of them, stick with it, and make that your regulations. But until then, it's just going to be what it is. And coaches are going to keep complaining about it, but you can't complain about it when you benefit from it. You can't complain about it when it benefits your program.
I'm talking to you, Nick Saban.
and Dabo.
And Dabo, right.
And a little bit of Kirby.
Fucking Saban.
Right.
Yeah,
thanks, Matt. Thanks.
So it's you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
You just can't.
This
just
is
not
true.
how it works. That's not how it works. But
sir.
let's transition
Okay.
from college ball to more pro talk. Because I saw an interesting topic and I was listening on the radio. Mike Tannenbaum, former GM of the New
Oh
York
boy.
Jets, and he had this to say, some interesting comments.
Explain to the audience what you would do with that number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, great to be with you. I would draft Bryce Young, who I think is going to be a superstar in this league. I think he has great arm strength, great accuracy, great anticipation. This is not a bash of Justin Fields. I like him. I think Justin Fields is a good quarterback that has a chance to be a very good quarterback. But if we could get, let's say, a first and a third round pick for Justin Fields and reset the clock on a rookie quarterback contract, we would have a massive amount of resources. And if we look at Jacksonville, Dan, and they go sign Christian Kirk, Brandon Scherf, Evan Ingram, amongst others, we could go get 3 to 4 players with the cap room and get another 2 really good players with what we could get in terms of draft capital by trading Justin Fields.
How do you know Bryce Young is going to be great?
He has every indice that he will be. He has all the tangibles.
Right, I'm going to pause it right here.
Superstar in this league.
I know what people are saying.
We could go get 3 to 4 players.
I'm going to pause it right here.
Man.
I just want to preference that Mike Tannenbaum is an ex-general manager.
That was gonna be my next comment. That's why you
For a reason. For a good reason.
Why the hell would you do something like that? You don't even know what Justin Field can be because you didn't put the pieces around Justin Field. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, not to cut you off, Mel. I think we got an idea what Justin Fields can be with nothing around him. So
well, okay, that's kind of yeah.
I think as sports fans, we're feasting to see what Justin Fields can be when you put something around him.
Right. He's kind of saying the same thing I'm saying, but another way. But I'm just saying, basically, you didn't put pieces around this kid, and then now you're saying you're gonna push him out the door to bring in another quarterback with potential. You still don't know. You only can guess because you see him. You see these tangible things. That don't mean it's going to translate automatically. Then
Correct.
This is what he's saying he was going to get. He still didn't address the main issue. Chicago. He talking about getting receivers, getting running backs,
offensive linemen.
What about the line? Because you're gonna have the same problem. You have all these superstar receivers, but he gonna be on his back because you don't have nobody to block. What the hell kind of sense that make?
And he's talking about saving money by trading Justin Fields. They didn't even pay him yet.
Yeah,
he's
still on his rookie contract.
Only 2 years in. Only 2 years in.
There's no guarantee you don't get the pick you think you're gonna get for Justin Fields. Because if I'm a GM and I'm looking at why are you getting rid of him? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of suspicious. Is there something I don't know? If he had an injury, you're not telling me? You just got my man. Why y'all trying to trade him? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That might be the street nigga in me, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like, is Justin Fields dressed up as Carlos Correa? What do we not know? There's something about we don't know about?
Right, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You just got my man. There's something you ain't telling me, bro.
I'm good. I don't care what it says.
Hey, for real, dog. I'm like, hey, put a little Scooby-Doo mask on. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Bro, that don't make any sense, bro. Any sense at all. I can't believe he fixed his mouth to say that.
Well, don't get me wrong. Look, like I said, obviously he's an ex-GM. And look, I can see his points of saying, hey, Justin Fields down the line, obviously we see what he's playing. He's going to garner more money. But you're still talking about a legitimate 3 years. You can keep Justin Fields on a rookie contract. So I didn't understand that. Now, why move a quarterback when you know what the issues are on your team?
Right.
There's literally a laundry load of lists of what the hell is wrong with Chicago Bears, and Justin Fields is not on that list. The quarterback is not on the list.
And they traded a lot of their players away. So you got to
Roquan
fill those
Smith.
holes.
Robert Quinn,
Right.
Khalil Mack,
Allen Robinson.
Allen
Yep.
Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
You didn't trade away all the pieces that actually could have helped Justin Fields right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're left with a skeleton crew.
You'll
with an
have
all-star at quarterback.
you're gonna have to fill up your line, your defense. You're gonna need some receivers. You're gonna need a lot.
Right.
And you're not getting that all back for trading Justin Fields.
You gotta you
so
gotta feel the Khalil Mack disappearance. You gotta feel the Robert Quinn. You gotta feel the Roquan Smith. You gotta feel the Allen Robinson. And y'all haven't filled those holes yet. Don't tell me don't tell me Chase Claypool feels Allen Robinson's shoes or what Allen Robinson did for Chicago. No, don't tell me that.
Go ahead, man.
Not in the least bit. I'm gonna say right now Justin Fields is running for his life. What do you think Bryce Young is gonna do?
Right.
And Bryce Young's not as mobile as Justin Fields.
Right.
Guy's gonna get himself killed out there. He's gonna be another David Carr.
You're right, TK. You're right. You're right.
I think Tannenbaum sees Bryce Young as more of a pocket passer. I don't think he's much of a fan of a mobile quarterback.
That's what I was getting at. Because it's funny you say that, because while he was GM of the Jets, they didn't have a mobile quarterback. They had Mark Sanchez, Chad Pennington.
Yep.
People like him. And so he didn't have no Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields quarterback.
And had that shit work out for him.
Well, I mean, he got to 2 AFC championship games, lost both of them. So I guess that's success. I guess.
In whose world?
Right.
Only his.
You play to win the game.
Right. Listen, man, they trade all their to maybe next year build a young fresh team. Yeah, but that makes sense. But it don't make sense to get rid of the young piece that you have.
The biggest piece.
Or another younger piece who has to get acclimated into the NFL. You already have Justin Fields has some NFL experience under his belt. Now you just build around him. This don't make sense.
And if they take Bryce Young high enough, they're gonna be paying him more money than Justin Fields.
Right. Because that guy's number one pick.
Number one overall.
Overall pick. Right.
Number one overall money. It's different from all the other 198 picks. It's different. So
that number one money is different.
It's different.
It's a whole lot different.
But I just don't understand when literally you have the answer to the most important position in NFL football. And you literally have the number one position that is the most important position of all of NFL football, and you want to restart it
again.
They don't get Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. Chicago might as well go ahead and sell the team.
Well, boy, that's funny. well, here's the thing. I understand. Look, I think you take calls for that number one overall pick because this team.
Now that right there would be a good move too. You take calls for that somebody move up.
They need to
and get you more draft capital. I can see that. I'm saying if they don't do that outside of that.
Yeah, but you don't trade Justin Fields. You literally have an answer to a problem that you've been having. When's the last time you heard of a Chicago quarterback actually being not the issue?
Jim McMahon.
I'm about to say Jim McMahon.
So you're talking about 85.
And he wasn't even a great quarterback. He wasn't even a good quarterback.
He was good for what they had.
Rex Grossman. Grossman got him. Hey, wait. No, listen.
He had to bring the Florida quarterback in.
Of course he had to bring the Florida guy in.
Listen, though.
I got to hear this.
Go ahead.
I wasn't going to say Rex Grossman was a great quarterback for the Bears. I was just going to say he got him to the Super Bowl. That's all.
No.
Not saying he was...
No, well, Matt, he didn't get him to the Super Bowl.
He got him there.
He was part of the team that went to the Super Bowl.
He got him there, damn it. That was all Rex Grossman.
No, fuck that. No, damn that, man. Because you're not going to act like Rex Grossman damn did Eli Manning and had a playoff run out of his.
Oh, you said it. You said his name.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You are not going to do that. You are not going to do that. You ain't gonna do that.
Oh,
My man
shit.
Grossman ain't did no damn Eli Manning playoff run.
No, he didn't.
Rex Grossman was a bystander. Y'all know them bicycles that got the little cart on the side?
You're sitting
Little sidecar
Yeah,
action.
little side cart. Guess who was sitting in the side cart? Rex Grossman ass. And like, boy, I can't wait till we get to the Super Bowl. It's gonna be fun. We're in
We
Miami
here.
too.
We're
Prince is gonna
here.
be there.
Right.
Prince is gonna be there. I love Purple Rain. For real.
Oh, shit.
But
Yeah.
but
That's crazy.
now
You're right. You're right, though. You're right.
No, look. In conclusion, I think Tannenbaum. I understand his points, and but I still think you tell if you move, and that's why you're an ex general manager.
Right.
Man, let me get your thought on this. So, obviously, we haven't had a chance to really talk about it. The unfortunate situation with Damar Hamlin kind of really threw a wrench into a lot of shit with the NFL. But glad that Damar Hamlin back in Buffalo, still continuing his treatment. He's been discharged for both Cincinnati Hospital. Did a quick stint in the Buffalo Hospital just to double check some shit. And he has since been discharged from there. What's up, Tim?
What's up, Tim?
Holla at your boy. But now it's been confirmed if it was to be Buffalo and Kansas City in an AFC championship game, it will be a neutral site championship game. So let me give your thoughts and feelings on how the NFL has handled this cancellation of that Bills-Bengals game and how they continue to handle it now announcing a neutral site championship. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, I think they announced the neutral site will be Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. They announced that today.
Yep, they did.
This is a tough situation. You feel bad for all the teams involved. Especially Buffalo and their fan base and everything. By canceling the game, there's really no perfect situation to how this was going to play out.
Right.
Because if Buffalo were to win that game and win Week 18, they would have home field advantage. So I guess it's right to do it at a neutral site because Kansas City didn't. I can't say they didn't earn it because they did, but hold on, little man was just yelling at me. Kansas City, they did deserve it, sorta, but in all aspects, I guess this is the only real option. This is a tough one, and the league had not much time to really mull this one over since it was happened in Week 17.
Right.
But I guess that's best. I don't know. You never seen something like this. So this is a hard one to really digest and really come up with the perfect answer for what should or shouldn't be done.
Why the Saints Stadium? I have to preface my statement before I start and say, "Fuck Skip Bayless." But
oh, I went on a rant on that one. Don't worry about that, bro.
Did you?
Man, look, man.
Hey, Skip deserved it, bro.
I'm in the same boat.
You went on for like 54 minutes about that shit.
Hey, Skip deserved it, bro.
I'm kind of the same boat with Matt, man. It's like, what do you do? And this kind of tie into Skip Bayless because in a time when it happened, only right thing to say was, prayers for my man. I hope he gets better. So far and so forth. Because anything else would have been irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In the back of your mind, you might be thinking, especially you a fan of that team, oh man, I want my team to win. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Those thoughts will come in your head, you don't speak them.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, that's the only thing to say at this time.
Timing is everything, bro.
Timing is everything. So then you go a little further down, you still have to resolve the issue. And no matter what you do,
You're not gonna make it perfect.
It's not going to be perfect. There's no really right answer. There's no precedence for it. So what do you do? So I think this is probably the best solution because you can't say, okay, we're going to give it to Buffalo because that's not fair to Cincinnati.
Because I think Cincinnati was going to beat them that game.
I think so too.
And Cincinnati was looking good. They were looking good.
Bruh,
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all said it. Because I think
it could say Buffalo ass.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Look,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I gotta say,
and I don't mean that. You know what I'm saying?
No worries, Mel. No worries, Mel. Because I was thinking the same shit. I gotta be honest about the situation at hand. All right. It's unfortunate what happened to Damar Hamlin, but boy, I think that saved Buffalo's ass.
Oh yeah.
The way it was looking, Cincinnati went down and scored easily. Went down, scored easily.
Yeah.
Buffalo came back and only rebutted with a field goal. And at the time when Damar Hamlin went down, Cincinnati was driving, and they were more physical in the trenches. They were more physical just overall.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the game, and I'm like, I think Cincinnati was about to dog walk because they looked like they wanted it more. And not to be, not to go too deep into it. You know, the Bengals and the Bills had a conversation whether to resume the game at a later date, but Bills declined. They said, "Man, man, we just NFL, y'all come up with a solution."
Yeah, we're gonna need y'all to bail us out of this one.
Yeah. So
we don't feel like getting our ass whipped today.
Right.
Hey, my personal feelings is Buffalo saw this shit. I know they were distraught from their teammate, but at the same time, they had to be looking at their footage and like, yo, Cincinnati was about to dig in our ass, dog.
Right.
And so, maybe it's good. Let's let the NFL handle this shit.
Right.
Now, we're too emotional distress to deal with it. Can't deal with it. Nope. Can't play. But
go ahead, Lamar.
Look, I felt that the NFL should have obviously postponed the game at the point in time was right. Obviously, what took place was right. I just felt because and Matt, you probably remember me saying this when I was on Late Night Out show on Monday. They should have went ahead and took that week because they get 2 weeks in between championship game. Then they go a week later is Pro Bowl, and then a week after that is Super Bowl. Take that week out when you take the Pro Bowl, and you could have moved the last week of the regular season back.
That's what Ant was saying.
And before finish that Buffalo-Cincinnati game, then you can go to the week 18 of the regular season and then just flow into the playoffs. Let the number one seeds get their rightful number one seeds, their home field advantage, and the host to championship game if they were to get to it. Because them making a neutral site championship game, it does not benefit that team and the work that they put in because you can't punish the Chiefs for what happened with Damar Hamlin.
The only thing I would say, Lamar, not to cut you off, what I'm thinking about though, but they should put it somewhere where it's in the middle, where it's halfway traveling time for both teams. Because Buffalo don't have as far to go as Kansas City.
To Atlanta. Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? So it should have been somewhere in the middle where. Go ahead.
How long? It can't be too long of a flight from Atlanta to Kansas City.
No, you're probably talking about.
Yeah, but a lot of people drag.
2 hour flight.
A lot of people drag. They come, they come crewed up. Yeah. Want to tailgate and all that stuff. So
Bills Mafia, they travel.
Yeah, they travel. Hey, and so do Chiefs fans. We travel crazy too.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I'm upset about is that this team, whether who gets to host the championship game or not, they earned that right to have that in front of their fans and in their city where the revenue can be made for their city.
Yeah, somebody made that comment too. I think it was Ant.
Like Kansas City is losing out on revenue from the AFC Championship game not being there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just awarded to a city whose team is not even represented in the AFC Championship game.
Right.
To me, that's the only thing that I'm not a fan of is taking away from cities whose teams earned it. I'm not going to punish the Chiefs for what happened with Damar Hamlin.
Oh yeah. I understand what you're saying. But then what do you do though? It still goes back to what do you do? You know what I'm saying?
If you don't finish that game, what do you do? And that's where they're at.
It's not a pretty.
Hey, man,
pretty side.
And I hear all that, but I think that's where my issue lies is you should have finished the game. I'm agreeing that you postpone it when the situation first happened on that Monday night. You should do that. because these teams dealt with something different. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to certain situations, oh my gosh, this guy AP, come on, AP, you damn Washington football team commander guys or something else, man.
They had a football team.
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
the same thing. Yeah. They show up every now and then.
But no, but I mean, it's they show up when it don't matter against the Cowboys, but didn't show up against the Browns when it mattered. But neither here nor there.
Wait, we're eliminated if they win tonight. Oh, okay, Ron Rivera. Fucking guy don't even know his team's eliminated.
Hey, all I'm saying is that when you got situations like this, you just have to let time do some things. And I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, he was starting to feel better, got into consciousness, and was speaking. So what I'm saying is make decisions not based off feelings and emotions. Is when things change in time, I think you should change with it. And the team should have been more aptitude to say, hey, let's start thinking about finishing this game. The emotional awareness is starting to wear off. We're not so emotional. We're actually starting to think with logic now because our emotions aren't in the way of what happened. Now things, reality are starting to come to fruition. Go ahead, man.
And plus that, that my man didn't have anything more tragic happen. Like he didn't pass away. So that makes some of that emotion kind of rein in some too. So now I can kind of think quick. If you think about your brother, your player, and being in a hospital, that's all you can think about. Once you find out he's better, it's a lot more easy to go back to playing that game. If something, God forbid, that he pass away, you still might not be able to play that game.
Yeah.
But the NFL, it's business as usual.
Oh yeah, NFL. They're gonna get that money.
That's it. It's like, all right, we got to reschedule. No, let's go. Change it up.
See, that's where I'm irritated with the NFL is because the NFL is such an entertainment giant. There wouldn't have been no loss of revenue had they pushed that regular season back a week and let the Bills and Bengals finish that game. If they're the only game on that weekend, guess what? The viewership is solely on that game, and the viewership will still be high as hell.
But then the other teams are at an advantage and disadvantage.
Because they rested.
No. I'm saying they're rested, but the regular season isn't finished. So after you finish this Bills-Bengals game, then you finish week 18.
Oh, you said push everything back. So
They should have. So the Bills-Bengals game was week 17. It got postponed. So what I'm saying, what they should have did is taken week 18, pushed it back a week, and then that week that was supposed to be week 18, find a way in between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to finish that Bills-Bengals game, and that'd have been the end of week 17. And then you go to week 18 with all the playoff scenarios intact, nothing's getting thrown off, and then you can come with your legit number one seed and who has home field advantage. And then because you push that week back in the regular season, you take that week of one of those 2 weeks in between championship game and Super Bowl, which was been the Pro Bowl week, and you eliminate it. So then after championship game, Monday have media day, Tuesday do whatever day, Wednesday do whatever day, Thursday do celebrity game, your flag football, Friday Pro Bowl, Saturday do the NFL honors in the Hall of Fame, Sunday do the damn Super Bowl, and then continue with the rest of your NFL.
You don't have to have a Pro Bowl.
Huh?
You don't have to have the Pro Bowl.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're not. They turned it into a flag football game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot.
Like at this point, it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle. So just get rid of that shit.
They didn't have like a bowling championship or something. Play pool.
But also,
do craps.
But also, the NFL probably has a lot of money tied up with a lot of places booked and things for that week.
Hey, all that shit can be refunded, man. All that shit can be refunded and easily moved. So the
NFL don't want no refund.
But I'm
NFL
saying,
want to make that money.
But I'm saying, even if you refund it, the money would have came back. You know what I'm saying? The money was with the NFL. You never lose on the money. I mean, we're talking about an entertainment entity that during the pandemic still made $16 billion.
Jeez.
Crazy, right?
So I mean,
Yeah.
we just to me, if you can survive and make billions during a pandemic, postpone.
Didn't you?
I must have missed that.
I made billions of pennies.
I wasn't on that train.
So if a pandemic can't stop you from making $16 billion, pushing a game back to make sure that you got proper playoff scenarios in lock, it wouldn't have hurt the NFL. It wouldn't have hurt nothing. I mean, I just.
But they don't want to inconvenience anybody either.
I don't know, man. Like I said, bro, this is it's anywhere it go, you're gonna disappoint somebody.
Yep.
Oh yeah, somebody's getting short in the stick.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody's getting short in the stick. You know, so that's why I said neutral site
okay,
might
Buffalo.
be the best.
It's okay, Buffalo. Y'all ain't got to admit that y'all about to get y'all ass dog walked. It's okay.
Hey,
we had them right where we wanted them.
Oh, we know. Oh no. Oh, hey. Real eyes saw what was about to happen.
Oh shit!
Y'all was about to get dog walked. Y'all was about to get dog walked. They were. Hey, because I'm telling you, I saw it coming. Because Cincinnati would have had the advantage over Buffalo and Kansas City. Had all three teams in with the same record, and Cincinnati would have ended up hosting the AFC Championship game, being number 1 seed. So not only did Kansas City potentially get screwed, so did Cincinnati. And especially a team like Cincinnati, who really went above and beyond to cater to Buffalo during this situation. And all that friendly shit might bite them in the ass, to be honest.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're right, man.
The only team that's hurting is the Ravens, but they going to lose always. Bullshit. Now that we're talking about them, I mean, now that we there, Lamar Jackson, no action.
Yeah.
He is officially ruled out for this weekend's playoff game against Cincinnati.
Yeah, they might as well go ahead and just throw towel in. You don't have Lamar. You already wasn't doing that well anyway. Dang, you don't have Lamar? It's over. Ain't you playing Cincinnati? It's a done deal, bro. It's a done deal.
It's a done deal with or without him.
Well, yeah, I was saying if you had a chance with Lamar, now you have. I don't see any chance of you winning.
Lamar Jackson has played his last down for the Ravens.
Yep.
I agree. So where'd he go? Who takes him?
Giants.
Are you saying as a Giants fan? Or you just saying
realistically, they're not tied into anybody next year. So, I mean, they probably wouldn't do it, but hey, I'd like to see him, play for the Giants. I'll take him.
Because realistically, you could literally let Daniel Jones walk as a free agent, right? When the season's
done. Yep. They're not locked into him because they declined his 5th-year option.
Yeah. So you have no financial obligations to the quarterback you have in-house.
All right, let's do this. Who's looking for quarterbacks next year? So I already say Giants.
Miami, possibly.
Yep.
Texans.
Yep. They might draft a quarterback.
Because they're stupid.
Yeah, they're probably gonna draft a quarterback. No,
I say obviously Las Vegas.
Yeah, there's rumors.
Tampa.
Because Brady probably lead there.
Atlanta. Indy.
Indy for sure.
I would say
Atlanta,
Indy for sure.
Atlanta like Ritter, I think.
I think Atlanta's. I think they'll at least give Ritter like a full season before they decide.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina for sure.
Yep.
Jets.
Yep. Jets.
Yeah, definitely Jets. Yep. Oh, him in New York, man. With that defense, and Garrett and Breece Hall, that might be a good fit for him.
The defense is in place.
I mean, he got weapons on offense.
Yeah.
He got better weapons.
I'm not going to say the team. I'm not going to say the team that's in the nation's capital either. Actually, Andover, Maryland.
Landover, Maryland. Yeah. Hey, no, Washington's on there. You got to put Washington on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looking for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But
and possibly a coach.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
They should be looking for a coach.
We'll talk about that later. No doubt.
I don't mind him in New York and the Giants. Let me say that. But I think I like him better with the Jets or New Orleans.
Ooh. I was about to say, is New Orleans on this list too for quarterback?
I think it'd be nice in New Orleans.
You would think so because they're not tied into Winston and Dalton for the long term.
Nobody want Andy Dalton.
His
mama don't want him.
Hey, shout out to Jay Jones of the Man Cave Sports Show. He jumped on the show last night. He said Lamar to Miami, and I was kind of like, he's from Florida. And look at the Dolphins situation because I mean,
yeah, he got weapons.
Yeah.
Got a lot of weapons on offense.
Solid defense. I'm not saying
if you look at that, think about it like this. If you look at how they was trying to use Tua when he first got there, Lamar is a better version of that.
The RPO.
So that may actually be a great fit for him too.
The read option is Lamar's bread and butter.
Mm-hmm. He may excel there. So I kind of like that too.
That was just bread and butter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
From Florida.
That's actually a good. He from Florida. You be home.
He's a Florida boy. He be home.
Okay.
You can't deny that.
Right.
I just got alerts that Clemson fired their offensive coordinator. One season.
Yeah. As we had discussed earlier on how bad that offense has been looking.
Right. Right.
Ain't that funny? I'm trying to tell you, boy, we gonna start charging all y'all college and pro people for the stuff that we say on our show, and y'all gonna start putting in our bank account.
That's right.
We be hitting on just about everything. That's why we the real deal. We don't need all that. But anyway, yeah.
You want your facts? You want your facts? Come to I.O.W. We got it.
So you're looking at Lamar, right? And you're looking at Baltimore. What does Baltimore get for Lamar? Realistically,
you should like honestly, in my personal opinion, if you don't get a first round for Lamar, then people are just lowballing you, and they're really not being honest on how they actually evaluate what Lamar Jackson brings to your offense.
One first rounder should be more than at least two or three first rounders for him.
No, I don't like him with the Lions.
Wait, hey, somebody real quick pull up what they got for Deshaun Watson. What Houston got from Cleveland for Deshaun Watson. Because I know they got a first rounder. That's a fact. I know they got a first rounder.
Yeah, they get a couple first rounds?
I believe so.
Yeah. Let me see.
Because I had this conversation on the show last night. I think it was with Anthony. Because I felt that if you're looking at resume between Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson, I can easily make it a debate that they're about on the same level. Yes, Deshaun's going to have better passing numbers, but like when you just look at numbers in totality,
they got 3 first rounds,
3 first round,
third round pick, and a 4th round pick.
Oh well, hell, that's the starting point.
So they get one 2022, which last year 23. 24 first round, a 22 third round, and a 24 4th round.
Oh, but that's the starting point.
So that's got to be your starting point.
Hey, Anthony, I'm hand to God. Me and Chris LaCour, shout out Chris LaCour, we've had this conversation about Lamar to the Lions. We've had this conversation.
Here's my thing.
Go ahead.
Because I hear a lot of people saying that. I hear people saying they should draft a quarterback. I always been on record saying I don't care for Jared Goff. I said that. So let me preface the statement before I go into what I'm going to say. But I think he earned the right.
I heard that butt. Ooh, I heard that I heard that bud. Don't try
you know it's coming.
Hey,
you know it's coming.
Hey,
you know it's coming.
Hey, you tried to sneak that motherfucker in there real soft.
He tried to be He tried to be slick about that shit.
I heard you poo. I heard you poo. You pooed it. You tried to sneak it in there real soft. Hey, you see that shit, man? He tried to sneak it in there real soft.
Tried to be slick.
Yeah, he did.
First day backing around you, but
he earned the right to be it. I think that Jared Goff, for what you have to get for Lamar, what you had to give up for Lamar.
You just heard 3 first rounds.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, I know what I'm saying. I think where the Lions is at and what they already have, they already in a trajectory going up. That will put you, to me, going back because you're giving up with your valuable asset to build your team. It's your draft picks. You know, and you giving up those draft picks. That's on. You already improved your offense scored because they scored.
Oh yeah,
Top 5 offense.
Top 5 offense.
So yeah, you bring Lamar in. Yeah, does it bring your offense up? Yes, it does.
But how much?
At the same time,
you already got top 5 offense.
You still not bring your defense up because the things that you got to build your defense, you're giving up for Lamar. So I don't think
giving up those valuable assets. Yeah,
right. You giving up the assets for Lamar. So you're not really moving. Say Lamar, just use numbers and say you at a 7, Lamar puts you at 12. Right, 7 still win you games. 7 still can get you into the playoffs. And possibly if you build the right pieces, possibly build the right pieces on defense, even to a Super Bowl. Because you're scoring against teams. You just don't have the defense to stop teams.
Yeah, they showed that this year.
Right.
It definitely could score. You know,
right.
So how much better would Lamar really make them?
Right,
not that much better.
better.
And honestly,
it may sell jersey. It may put butts in seats.
It definitely
may put butts in seats. Yeah, it'll do that. It definitely gonna do that. People come see him because he's fun to watch.
Yeah,
without a doubt, he's fun to watch. But when it boils down to it, you are really dismantling the nucleus of your team just to sell tickets and jerseys. So I don't think it's a good move.
Man, yeah, that's some compelling shit right there. I thought I'd never see the day that old Detroit Mel is actually showing love to Jared Goff and ain't talking shit about him.
Hey man, I'm just a realistic man. It's a realistic.
Oh no. Hey, but I love it. I see this new year, new guy. This guy.
His time away has made him more sensitive.
He's getting soft, man. Hey, he's getting soft, man.
He all up in his feelings now.
Yeah, he's getting soft, man. But no, look. I think a lot of people don't even know this. Like Jared Goff's QBR rating was one of the highest over the last 9 weeks of the regular season.
Yeah, I think it was week 10 on.
Yeah. I'm talking about even over Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen's, your Joe Burrows. His QBR was the best. The proof's in the pudding. It's a top 5 offense. Mel, you are absolutely right. When you are a team that literally just swept the Green Bay Packers and literally finished their season, and unfortunately you helped the team that eliminated you because they won early in the day. And that's unfortunate and it's unfortunate that you guys, the injuries, you weren't able to, overcome them early in the season and has since pretty much, nipped you in the butt towards the end of the season. It's unfortunate, but it happens. But you can't take those assets away of what helped you have this turnaround.
Right.
That's why the Detroit Lions are turned around, because they've gotten smart. Brad Holmes is doing his job as a general manager into giving his team the belief that they can do it. And that's why you bring in Dan Campbell. And as crazy as it sounds.
And they play hard for Dan Campbell.
It's the culture that you have built. And I think if you guys can get over the injury hump, you're legit. You're legit.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. Another asset people don't realize Detroit have. They got a plethora of defensive linemen. You can use a couple of them, either move them and get something for them, or move them and get and drop that salary that you paying them, and have more salary to get veterans.
Yeah.
So they got many ways they can go. So I'm like, you don't need a quarterback. If you get a quarterback, it should be the late rounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your first 4 picks, you get 2 first rounds and 2 second round picks. Those first 4 picks, to me, should be defense. Now, I heard people say the second pick in the first round should be Bijan Robinson, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Either
saying? He a great
way.
running back, but
You
I
don't
think
need a
it should
running
be-
back.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need a running back. I think it should be defense.
Hey,
Period.
y'all got Swift and Williams, right?
Right. Swift and Williams,
yeah.
man. So why? And you got a line that when Jackson come in, he could run because the line open up holes. So
That's right. You got Justin Jackson.
Yeah. So why do you need Bijan Robinson?
Hey,
You know,
it's crazy in year 2023 that we are literally having conversations that the Detroit Lions are in a position that they can build the right culture to actually have a window opportunity.
Man, how you
I
think
mean-
I feel?
well, shit. They finished with a winning record this year.
Right.
9-8,
I mean, we're being legit. I mean this with all seriousness. I think the Detroit Lions literally right now have a window
And they should resign him.
of things that are actually working great in their way that can help them actually be a threat to the NFC crown and build on that to potentially be a threat to a Super Bowl crown. I'm being dead serious. I thought I would never have this conversation.
And think about this, Lamar. The other day you were saying that nobody in NFC wants to play Detroit right now.
Oh no, bro! The NFC, they are praying to whatever God that they believe in right now. That thank God we don't have to see the Detroit Lions. I 100% honestly feel that had the Detroit Lions got into the playoffs and how hot that they were playing, because one of their Achilles heels was what we would say. Oh man, it's the defense. It's the defense. I think it was after Chicago scored 30 points and y'all won 31-30. After that game, like that defense flipped the switch, and Hutchinson has been playing out of his fucking mind. His pressures are getting ridiculous, and then he may not go games where he'll get a sack, but the pressure's there, and then he'll have games where he'll pile up 2 to 3 sacks in a game.
Right.
And then so Hutchinson was getting off, the defensive line was getting off, and this is what I meant earlier, because the Detroit Lions started getting healthier. You saw Amon-Ra St. Brown miss a couple of games. He started coming back. You saw Swift miss a few games. He comes back. Like, you saw pieces that were getting hurt on both sides of the ball. And that's what was crazy with the Lions is the injuries they weren't particular to just one part. It was the whole team. When they actually come back and get 100% healthy, that's when you see the difference. And that's when you saw. That's when you saw the Lions started humming on both sides of the ball, especially with the defense. That's why I'm saying, like, they are legitly like in a situation where they can turn this like whole turnaround into a serious conversation. I literally see the physicality that they do, and they can show finesse on the offensive side. And the defense, like I said, they stay healthy. I literally felt that the 49ers would probably been the legit threat to actually beat them in a playoff game if the Lions had made it. And I meant that with all seriousness. They were
just imagine if Detroit didn't take a shit, like mid-season. Couple of them games there they played pretty bad. If they if they would have won just one of those games,
in the playoffs.
Yep. So Dan Campbell's got them going in the right direction for sure.
You see that Sean Payton interview with Denver?
Yeah, well, I mean, they were given permission to interview, and so I mean, Denver's gonna they're gonna interview him.
Job is that's a tough job, bro.
Well, I mean, let's talk about it. Coaching carousel. I mean, it's already here. I mean, obviously, Jim. I know you hate to see it happen, but Jim Harbaugh's on those lists.
Yeah. Harbaugh's on that list. Sean Payton's on that list. I think Mike McDaniels needs to be fired, but not Mike McDaniels. Josh McDaniels.
Josh
Okay.
McDaniels, yeah.
Josh McDaniels.
Nah, they ain't gonna move him.
I ain't gonna find
I don't think so.
That's why they moving Carr.
Yep.
They moving Carr so he can save his job. And they talking about they might not even sign bring back on Josh Jacobs, man.
Man, that's a whole show on what's wrong with the Raiders, man. That's clearly that's the whole show.
But since we brought up Denver first, that Denver job is a rough job, bro. You gave up a lot to get Russell.
Yes, you did.
A lot.
And here's the thing. I can see the obviously I can see the negatives about that Denver job, but I don't think people are really paying attention to the positive on the Denver side. I think you need to
like me, nigga.
No, but I'm saying like with Russell, you need to treat him like Seattle Russell. You got a good running back in Javonte Williams. You need to go back to being run heavy. All right.
Okay.
That's first and foremost. You need to go back to being run heavy.
Okay.
And that's how you kind of neutralize Russ. Because if you just ask Russ to make a play here, a play there, Russ still is capable of doing a play here, a play there. Being a game manager, he can do that. Russell's still good enough to manage a game. So,
is he?
I think he still is. I think he still is.
Go ahead, man.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
He looked rough, bro. He looked rough.
I know he looked rough, but hear me out. When you ask,
so you saying before you say you go, let me ask you this question. So you saying that it was more of the play calling and the schemes that had Russell looking like that?
Oh no, it's a combination of both.
Okay.
I ain't capping there. Nah,
okay.
Come on now.
I don't want to say niggas.
No.
Can you mail me some of that weed?
Look.
Hand deliver that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Look. I ain't saying Russell was an MVP player. Like, come on now. Look.
I usually eat mine, but I might need to smoke it because
I may indulge in the weed, but I still can see. I still can see. But Russell did not play good. He didn't, of course. But
he ain't played good the last couple years.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, this is when Russell was the quarterback that he was good at. When he was asked to not be the reason to win the game. As in, when you had a Marshawn Lynch and a good defense, you got a good defense in Denver. You got a good running back in Javonte Williams. What I'm saying is, you need to treat Russell like the Legion of Boom Russell. You need to be a bystander. You need to be
hasn't it always been let Russ cook?
No. Man, damn Russ cook nothing. No. Hey, Russ, bring the pop. Bring the pop, bring the plates, bring the silverware, bring the napkins. Hell, if you really want to feel like you cook
out the kitchen,
bring the bag of chips, but stay your ass out the kitchen. All right? Russ ain't cooking shit in my kitchen.
You ain't no chef.
You was out of hell.
You ain't no executive chef, no sous chef, no pastry chef.
You got front of the house written all over you, bro.
He's not even the dishwasher. He's not even the dishwasher.
Don't even go near the back of the house. Stay out in the front.
Hey, you got the looks, right? You got the pretty teeth. Use that.
You the hostess.
You the hostess, yeah.
There you go.
You tell motherfuckers where to sit. That's all you do.
To your table, sir.
Right, we'll take it from here, sir.
Motherfuckers will be wearing capris. Capris or yoga pants. How many? Oh, for 4? Okay.
Right this way, sir.
You wear a little hat too.
Right.
Then he could just stand there like this. Man, I used to be a quarterback. I lost my job.
But for real though, hey, I'm telling you, if you go back to having Russell being the host, being the pretty face of the franchise, but we know what the meat and potatoes is of our team that gets us to that success. It ain't you, Russ. Yeah, go be pretty and represent us, but you not the meat and potatoes on what we supposed to do.
Well, I'm gonna say this, bro. This year coming up is his year to prove it. Because you don't get another coach.
Proof what?
What Lamar's talking about? Because you don't get another coach. You already know that's coming because Hackett is fired, so you get another coach.
He didn't even make it out the season.
Right, so you're gonna get a whole nother coach, whole nother system. Hopefully,
Now
put Pete.
Let's say Peyton goes there.
Peyton goes there.
Nah, Peyton. No, I'm telling you, Peyton don't want the drama and the stress. He making too much money with his media.
Correct,
stuff.
but you're right. But I'm just saying, what if he goes there?
Man, Peyton be a fool.
You Peyton, you walk in there. What do you do?
You be a fool. Well, first of all, Peyton's going to simplify it. He's going to simplify.
Peyton had an agent, Drew Brees, and he knew how to work with Drew Brees.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. The benefits of having Sean Payton is because he's a good coach. You get a good coach that can, probably change the culture and probably change an offensive system that can be simplified enough to at least do what Russell can do left in his career great.
Right.
And not expose him to situations where he's not in bad situations. So Sean Payton's smart enough to, play caller enough to do that. So that's the benefit of that's the benefit of it.
Has nothing to prove that.
The only problem is, and you hit on it earlier, when you gave up so much to get him and then you overpaid.
I wasn't saying that, and I wasn't saying that. Let me back that up. I wasn't saying Russell better than Drew Brees.
Oh no.
I was just making a comparison of older quarterbacks and the fact that he had one, and if you go to Denver, he have another one.
Yeah, because he got Drew Brees on the second half of his career. Mm-hmm. Because Drew Brees was doing well in San Diego, and unfortunately he got hurt, and then they drafted Phillip Rivers. Well, they drafted Eli, but they got Phillip Rivers.
Say his name again.
So I mean, I see your comparison where he would be getting Russell Wilson on the latter half of his career, but I mean Brees didn't have such a decline like this, though.
I think, but all the jobs out there, I think Denver's the least one. That's something I wouldn't take. I'll take the Indy job over that.
Wait, but hold on, man. You got a lot of things established in Denver, and this is why I'm saying I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to the things.
But what you gonna build with? You done got rid of it, then you gonna build with.
But hear me out. You got a defense. We can't say that Denver's defense is trash.
I'm not saying that.
So the defense is good, right?
Okay. Hold on. Let me say this, because before you go into your little thing you about to say. Here's what I say.
You can't even spell it. Yeah, I know what you was about to say. Spell it.
Soliloquy or something like that?
Yeah, spell it.
S-I-A-Q. So, but
S-I-L-Q, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Well, here's what I say. Even if you look at what you have right now, right, in Denver, what you have right now, even if you take your plan and put it in effect, it's not going to win a Super Bowl with that plan. You still need pieces.
Yeah.
So my thing is, because you need pieces, and you trade away and get all that stuff for Russell, so you don't have the what you need to get those pieces, it makes it not a great job to take. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just want to go in there and just win a bunch of games. I'm just here to win games. Okay, fine, take the job. But I don't see you have enough there to win a Super Bowl, and you don't have nothing there to get pieces to help you win a Super Bowl. You might make the first round wild card or something like that.
I hear you. You
know what I'm saying? That's my only problem with the Denver job.
Because I agree with you 100 right there. You're cap strapped, and your draft cap, your draft capital was strapped too. Mm-hmm. You gave up way too much money wise and draft capital wise to get Russell.
Right.
And you're stuck with the situation. Like you're stuck. Financially, like they are in financial hell with this guy for the next 3-4 years. I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. It's all the
best thing. The best thing for Denver to do and to hire is a hitman.
Yo.
Yeah, you got to watch that. Got to watch that. Got to hire a Don Mattingly.
Right, there you go.
That was his nickname.
Right.
Yeah.
Hire a guy out of it. That's your best. That's your best bet.
I can't. Y'all wow. Like literally,
the truth.
don't. The only way you can make this team better is by having, catching veterans that's been in the league that may have maybe 2 or 3 years left, catch them on a veteran minimum, and things of that sort. I'm well aware of the financial, literally, crisis at their end, with draft and money wise. I'm with all that. You still have a playoff team if you just have the formula of just let Russ host.
Okay.
I think you still at least have a playoff team. Now that may not be satisfactory.
Okay.
That may not be satisfactory from some people, and I understand that. I'm like you. Hey, championship's a bust. Hey, can we compete for a championship or not? That's what I want to hear. I'm with you
for now. I'll leave
but from what Denver did this year and what Sean Payton can get them to be, it's an improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't disagree with that. I think that Sean Payton can improve this team and make it better than what it was. I mean, hell, he can do better than Hackett because Hackett ain't do shit.
I mean, yeah,
of course he can do. I think he can do better.
Yeah.
But
I could do a better job.
John Madden could do a better job. He did. I just think that if I'm a coach and I'm looking at all the jobs out there,
it's not the most attractive. I get
that's on the bottom of my list. That's all I'm saying. That's on the bottom of my list. I mean,
it's
I
not
think Indy's a better job. I think Indy's a better job. All you need, you get a quarterback over there, and you're getting pieces coming back next year. Because Leonard's coming back next year.
Yeah, I think he really didn't play this year.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I'm thinking you get you a quarterback over there, either draft or trade, however you want to do it. You get your quarterback in there.
Get you a couple of pieces here and there.
Get you a couple of pieces here and there.
Yeah.
With a coach like Sean Payton, you should be able to, that's a good attractive. Who else? Who else? Possibly the Commanders.
I would not touch that job as long as that owner's still there.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. They have to.
I'm thinking just about the team, but I forgot about Snyder.
If I'm a coach, I'm like,
I forgot about Snyder.
I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay.
I will 100% wait.
I want to just put back and retract my statement, and then add to my statement. Fucking okay. So. What job is open? It's Indy,
Houston.
Yeah, Houston. Man,
Houston.
I wouldn't touch Houston.
No.
I wouldn't touch Houston. No, bruh. You just gonna get a year, bruh. I'm telling you, I am.
No, but see, here's the thing. Houston did Lovey dirty.
They did.
They've done everybody dirty. Yeah, four coaches in 4 years.
I don't think they do Peyton that way because who he is.
If I'm Sean Payton, why would I want that job though?
I'm just saying.
Well, I'd rather go to Denver before Houston.
Houston, we have a problem.
A huge problem.
Outside of ownership, Houston is attractive to me.
Man, I gotta hear this.
Well, I'm saying, huh?
I gotta hear this.
Because you have the ability to build because you already you already as low as you can be. So that means you're gonna have draft capital. That means you got a great running back. You got a few pieces here and there. You had a decent draft last year. I'm Sean Payton. I think I'm a good coach. If you're giving me the time, that's what I said outside of ownership. If I'm getting the time to build.
Sean Payton gets the time.
I think I can build something there. I think I can build something there.
Now, if you're gonna Payton 3-4 years.
Yeah, if you give me that, I think I can build something there.
But I'm not touching the Texans.
Think about this team.
That's what I said. Outside of ownership, what are you gonna say, Matt?
Think about this team.
Okay.
If Dallas is a one and done, McCarthy's gone.
Oh,
Cowboys always attractive.
Yeah, but I get it. But here's my thing. Sean Payton's
not black, sir.
Well, no, he's not. But
I'm commenting on Ant's comment.
Okay, but I'm saying like Sean Payton isn't the type to just go along with what Jerry Jones wants. He's not that type of guy. I don't get that.
But then, well, here's the thing. But if he's not, then that's on Jerry Jones if he hires him or not. He should be. When you had an interview, you sit down. Him and Jerry sits down. They talk about it. And if Jerry Jones accept that, that's on Jerry Jones. Because you know.
Thank you. That's what Ant just said. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. I don't think Jerry Jones gives.
Go ahead.
Gives him full control. Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I don't think Jerry Jones gives Sean Payton full control. And Sean Payton, if I'm Sean Payton, I'm going into a situation where I want full control. If you want me to turn this situation around, obviously you have reached a plateau with your coaching situation before me. If you want to get past that, let me have full control. Jerry Jones is not that type to give full control. I just don't. I mean, there's a reason why Jimmy Johnson didn't stay there long. There's a reason why Bill Parcells didn't stay there long. You're talking about coaches who have
Barry Switzer.
But Barry Switzer was he was
that's his boy though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he was more of a go along than a Jimmy Johnson or a Bill Parcells. So those two, when I'm specifically Bill Parcells and Jimmy Johnson are coaches.
Jason Garrett.
No, Jason Garrett. That's why Jason Garrett stayed so long.
He was there for a long time.
Yeah,
there for a long time.
But Jimmy Johnson and Bill Parcells are coaches who have a coaching pedigree that they built before they got to Dallas, and therefore you could have had been more part of their pedigree had you not gotten in the way. So Sean Payton, who was under Bill Parcells and saw what was going on with him and Jerry Jones, why the hell would I want to turn around and be the head coach of the same motherfucker that's been held the last 35 years?
So far, it's only one team. It's only one team we saying he possibly go to. Who else is left? Are we forgetting?
I mean, there's no telling if Sean McVay stays in LA. He's been talking.
That's attractive. That's attractive.
Now that's an attractive job.
Look, they don't have nothing. That's the only thing.
Look, don't get me wrong. They're going to be stuck in the same financial situation like Denver, but they just won a Super Bowl.
They got better. They got better quarterback.
So hear me out.
They got Cooper Kupp. Okay, go ahead.
They're equal in both financial strap with draft capital and money. But I just had one that just won a Super Bowl and one that ain't been to the playoffs in forever.
And LA,
I'm gonna go to
Denver.
the Rams.
LA
and Denver, exactly. and Arizona.
Arizona might be.
We
nice,
can't
though.
forget about Arizona. I mean, Kyler Murray is an attractive piece to be a coach of.
Yeah, but why is they giving him input on the next coach?
It's because they're appeasing him. They just paid him, man. They just paid him big money.
He's not gonna study enough to find out a good coach.
Hey, Arizona's a mess. Look, but
I mean, Arizona has. You have something that you can build with. Let me say that. You know, if you can get Kyler Murray on page with you, that's half your battle right there.
That's the problem.
But here's the thing: if I'm Sean Payton, if I come and interview for that job, I say I want to sit down with Kyler and let me talk to him and kind of get a feel for who I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm willing to bet.
I'll make my decision on that.
Which is true, but I'm willing to bet that Kyler Murray is going to give Sean Payton a lot more respect than what he did Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh yeah, probably.
It's
his pedigree.
There's you have to at some point just be like, yo, bro, I know Cliff, we tried to make it work. It just didn't work.
And I'm gonna be, and if I'm Payton, I'm gonna be real with him. Look, this is my style. This is how I am.
Get with it.
Can you handle that? If you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Then it's not for me.
Then it's not for me. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I'm gonna bring up that incident. You know, when he came off the field and all that yelling, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Cause I'll put your little ass on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And you won't be playing.
I don't care how much money you getting paid.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I don't fuck how much money you make. You know what I'm saying?
I'll throw Colt McCoy out there 18 times.
18 times before I let you talk to me like that.
Yeah, 17 times. Yeah.
Before I let you talk to me like that. You know, it's gonna be. I'm gonna keep it real with him now. If you can, you know what I'm saying? If you can let me be the coach, I'll let you be the leader of the team. Far as quarterbacking, we can build a partnership. If you can go for that, I'm gonna take you somewhere.
I hate
and just be real with him. You know what I'm saying?
Show me you're ready to be the leader.
Right, and let's show you what kind of man he is, how he responds. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm just being real with you. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm being real with you, telling you how I am. And if you a real man and a real leader and a real competitor, you'll buy into that.
I think it's funny that you say that because I think that's the only thing I think is missing from Kyler Murray is maturity.
Right,
the skills is there. We can say that. I mean, we can question the durability. I mean, now
that's a whole other discussion.
But football wise, we're not gonna question his skills. He got him. He got him.
I get that.
It's almost. I say he's a.
Need to be home.
Yeah,
need to be home.
Hey, this is wild. This is wild. This is a wild comparison. He's a more talented Zach Wilson.
All right, he's a shorter Zach Wilson.
Well, no, they about the same size. No, they about the same size. They both small. But I'm just saying, like I think Zach Wilson has talent. He needs to mature.
Yeah.
I think Kyler Murray needs to mature too.
Yeah, Zach Wilson needs to mature, and Zach Wilson needs to sit. I think he would have been a better quarterback if he sat under somebody, matured and sat under somebody. Because you see, the reason why I say it because you see the flashes of it. You see the flashes of it some game, and then it's not consistent enough. So I think him sitting under somebody, I think he would have been a better quarterback.
I agree with you. My only pushback is when he got drafted. Did you see what they had in the quarterback room?
Well, I'm not saying
the moment that he was drafted, he was the best quarterback on the team.
I agree with you that. I'm just saying I'm generalizing in the sense of you know what I'm saying. He would have been a better quarterback. Yeah, but compared to where he's at, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. You're correct on that. Because I ain't sitting on the Flacco and I ain't sitting on the White.
Flacco was actually leading the league in passing yards before he got benched.
Was that week 2, 3?
Week 2.
Man, 2 hours fly by anyway.
It does.
Matt, one more time, man. Show up the belt, champ. Show him the
that's
jewelry.
legit, bro. That's legit.
That shit is dope.
It is. Look at that. Ooh, shoot, man. I'm gonna get my charts and stuff so I can win next year.
Yeah, you better start practicing now.
Start practicing now. You know what I'm saying? Get out my mocks and get my little chart going.
No, but man,
just call me. I'll give you the tip.
I gotta find a way to rig this thing.
Yeah. Congratulations,
dude. Park me in.
Congratulations.
I'll throw the shit.
Congratulations again to the champ joining us on the show, showing off the belt.
Appreciate you,
man. Yeah,
I appreciate you guys having me.
We appreciate you, man. But man, great show, man. We got playoffs starting on Saturday. Always keep your eyes and ears tuned in to the Sports Street. You never know, we might pop up on the show. But man, on behalf of the champ, the football pick'em champ, MJ, I am the wild card Mar. That's the Detroit Mail. Hey, catch us on Monday for episode 214, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace and love, y'all.
All right, fellas.
Peace.
I got a pocket full of